Last week, we might have told just a little white lie. Well, not really. We said we were leaving Chefchaouen and we were going to head to Fez. But life on the road is fluid, plans change, and while we don't really have a timetable, we do now have Jess's dad flying out to meet us in Agadir. So instead of rushing our way through Fez, rushing through the Azrou cedar forest and seeing the monkeys there, we decided to change tack and head for the coast.
Several people told us that the northwest coast of Morocco just did not excite them, but we found 3 spectacular park-ups, one of which is this one. We've met so many lovely locals on the way, and yes, Morocco does have a bit of a reputation for being hassly, but we've just not experienced that.
So we left Chefchaouen, headed west, got to the coast, turned left and made our way down towards Rabat. Not before we stopped to do some roadside shopping for veg though, and I might have been ripped off. Such is life on the road. We found a gorgeous, rich African red earth track that led us to a spectacular forest park-up. Thank you Park for Night for that one, where we had a really quiet evening. Just as we parked up, some quads turned up and scramblers, and actually all they wanted to do was, they'd seen us turn up there, they wanted to come and say hello, stop, have a marvel at Bebe, ask a load of questions, and then dash off before it got dark. With a night of complete solitude and silence, we felt rejuvenated, and we decided that Jess was going to drive out the following morning, back up the muddy track.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to driving Bebe off-road, but you know, every little opportunity to put her into 4-wheel drive and get her boots dirty is really helpful, especially because I know I've got the desert coming up. But I still shit myself a little bit.
After we'd made our way back up that red earth forest track, we continued our way south, heading for a wild spot park up about 70 kilometres north of Safi. We thought we'd spend one night there, but as with everything, plans changed again, and one night became 2 after a little bit of playing in the sand.
Yes, we got stuck in some sand, and yes, I might have said we should have dropped the tyre pressure before going in there, but no, somebody thought it would be okay. Anyway, we got out, and honestly, you think you're alone, and you get stuck somewhere, and then in 2 minutes, 8 people pop out of nowhere and offer to help. In all honesty, having that little play in the sand was actually really useful, because when we got back to our previous park up, the gorgeous Land Rover of True Blue Travellers had arrived. Cue serious landy envy. So we got to chatting, and it might sound obvious since we're all overlanding, but we had loads in common. So the guys decided they'd park up for the night next to us, and we had a fantastic evening just chatting about all things overlanding. And you know, I've said it before, I do love my husband, but oh my God, was it good to talk to some other adults. And this one's for you, Jess. You are absolutely smashing it. Rock on the ladies.
It's time for This Week in Numbers. Kilometres driven.
703.
Solar harvested.
58.
Number of times stuck.
Once. Dave.
Number of items broken by Calamity Jess.
0.
Number of times ripped off roadside shopping.
Once. Dave. Watermelon. £8. We know there's a lot of interest in Bebe's features, so we're going to show you one of our favourite ones. It's in the cab. When you live in a small space, every bit of storage is precious. The HX60 is a cab and a half, and we had this dead space at the back that we felt we could do something with. So we decided we'd put a shelf there. The shelf runs the complete width of the cab, including behind the AC unit, and is a really great space for us to put things like blankets, bike helmets, first aid kit, even Isla's nappies. You just have to not put anything there that's going to bounce off and hit you on the head when you're going off-road. We think for the HX, this is an absolute must.
And that's really been it for this week. We've had, as Jess said, some beautiful, beautiful park-ups. We've had some really nice conversations with the locals. We've been ripped off buying fruit and veg, but it's been fantastic. Roll on next week. And we're not going to tell you where we're going, because it will probably change again. See you then.
So, cue me picking you up.